It was March 2017, and Barcelona took to the pitch to face one of the toughest challenges in their history, overturning a 4-0 deficit and qualifying for the next round of the Champions League. Everyone thought it was practically impossible. It would be very difficult to recover from a score like that. 2 weeks earlier, they had faced Paris Saint-Germain in the first leg of the round of 16, and even with Messi, Neymar, Suarez, and many others, they had a lot of difficulty. Di Maria shocked the world by scoring a free kick. Draxler then received the ball from Verratti and scored the second. In the second half, Di Maria scored another great goal, and Cavani made it 4-0 with a shot into the corner. PSG crushed Barca, who had only one shot on target. Paris Saint-Germain arrived at the Camp Nou confident. Paris had not lost by 4 goals since 2010. Everyone thought Barca were out, and the match begins, and in just 3 minutes.
Penalti, ha tocado Marquinhos, la busca Suárez, quien se la queda, está buscando el gol y lo marca. ¡Gol!
Barcelona scores 1-0, the best possible start, and Barca still tried a few times, but at the end of the first half, the ball fell to Iniesta, who backheeled it, and Kurzawa sent it into his own goal. The game goes into the second half at 2-0. The tie was approaching, and at the beginning of the second half, the referee awarded a penalty in a play involving Neymar, and Messi sent it into the back of the net. There was only 1 goal left. What couldn't happen was for Barcelona to concede a goal, because there was an away goals rule. If they conceded a goal, they needed to win by 5 goals, or they would be eliminated. Until in the 60th minute,
no llega Rakitic, buena dejada, Cavani. ¡Gol!
That was it. If Barca had scored 3 goals up until that point, now they needed 3 more. And then PSG kept attacking and almost scored another. Time passed and Barca didn't react until, in the 87th minute, with just a few minutes left, Neymar took a free kick and sent it into the back of the net. A great goal. But there were still 2 minutes left and time was running out. The match went into injury time until, in the sequence, the referee awarded a penalty to Suarez. Then Neymar went and converted. The aggregate was tied at 5-2, but Paris still had the advantage of the away goal. Everyone was desperate, and Ter Stegen went to the area until in the 94th minute and a half.
Sigue Neymar, balón tocadito para Sergi Roberto. ¡Gol! ¡No se puede creer! ¡No se puede creer!
And with 3 goals in less than 8 minutes, Barcelona turned the score to 6-5 and made one of the greatest comebacks in the history of football. Final score, 6-1. All of the almost 100,000 fans present witnessed one of the greatest feats of all time in football. 2 years later, in 2019. In that 2018-19 season, there was a team that was the sensation of the moment, Ajax. Ajax was doing very well, eliminating Real Madrid, the current 3-time champion in a row, and also eliminating Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus to reach the semifinals. The Dutch team was coached by Ten Hag and had players like Ziyech, David Neres, De Jong, and De Ligt. Then in front of them, with a place in the final at stake, was Tottenham. The first game was at Tottenham Stadium, and the second leg was in the Netherlands. Imagine Ajax was the clear favorite. This was proven because right in the first half in London, Van de Beek scored the goal, 1-0. After that, no one scored again, and Ajax won away from home. For the return leg, Tottenham had to score a goal to draw at the great Johan Cruyff Arena. No one believed that the English team would succeed, especially because Ajax had already defeated 2 giants, had the weight of the shirt, and, on Tottenham's side, Harry Kane was out, injured. In his place was Lucas Moura, who had only scored 2 goals in that Champions League. And if Tottenham's task was very difficult, right at the start of the game,
in towards him, and he scores! Well, it's a big night for Ajax, it's a big night for the captain, and he delivers early on to make Tottenham.
Ajax scored. What could not happen happened, but it was going to get worse.
Dusan Tadic. Ziyech! Oh, that's a great goal! What a hit by Hakim Ziyech!
Tottenham conceded 1 goal at home and 2 away. Pochettino's team had to score 3 goals against Ajax in 45 minutes at the Johan Cruyff Arena, until in the 55th minute,
for Tottenham, Lucas Moura running through, here he is, and there's the goal back, and that's exactly what Tottenham needed. It's Lucas Moura, it gives them hope. 10 minutes into the second half.
A few minutes later, Tottenham attacked again, and Onana made a great save, but the ball fell at Lucas's feet.
Still not clear. Moura. Oh, it's in! They've got another one! Is a Champions League miracle going to happen again involving an English side?
With 2 goals, Tottenham showed that they were still alive and now only needed 1 more to qualify. The aggregate would be tied, but would go through on the away goals rule. But Ajax came back to dominate. Tottenham also created danger, but the ball didn't go in. Time was running out, and the referee added another 5 minutes of injury time. The Dutch were on their way to qualifying until in the last minute.
Here's Dele Alli. Here's Lucas Moura. Oh, they did it! I cannot believe it! Lucas Moura with the last kick of the game. The Ajax players collapsed to the ground.
Tottenham, finalist. Tottenham did the impossible and with a hat trick from Lucas Moura, qualified for the Champions League final. The biggest match in Tottenham's history, and with 3 goals from the Brazilian, they won in Holland by 3-2. Now let's move on to another historical year, in 2004. In the 2003 to 2004 season, the favorite team to win the Champions League title was Milan, who had already won the previous year and had a team of stars such as Kaká, Seedorf, Gattuso, Maldini, Shevchenko, and many others, coached by Ancelotti. Then this team reached the quarterfinals, and ahead of them was the modest Deportivo La Coruña. Milan fans were relieved to face La Coruña. They could have lost to much tougher teams. They already considered themselves in the semifinals. Then, when the 2 went to the first leg at San Siro, La Coruña surprised them by scoring the first goal. But that was it, because in the sequence,
Breaks to Kaká. It's majestic from the Brazilian to equalise. Shevchenko. It's brilliant from Shevchenko. He goes all the way on his own. A fine. Picks up possession. It's another goal for the Rossoneri. Andrea Pirlo has swept it into the top corner. It's 4 goals in 8 minutes for Ancelotti's side.
Milan had no mercy. 4-1 to Milan put their foot in the semifinals. La Coruña now went home needing to win by 3 goals against a defense with Maldini and Nesta at their peak and Dida in goal. The game started and Milan started to attack with Cafu, but after just 5 minutes of play, Luque attacked and Pandiani kicked the ball into the corner, making it 1-0. They started off in the best possible way, and now they needed 2 more. Dida misses the cross, and La Coruña scores another 2-0. If they had scored another, the aggregate score would have been tied, and they would have had the advantage of the away goal. So Milan's defense was desperate until 10 minutes.
Nesta does not deal with that, and Albert Luque is in! 3 goals in the first half of Deportivo. Incredible!
Then, what seemed impossible happened, and La Coruña scored the 3rd goal. 4-3 on aggregate. In 45 minutes, they did what no one believed, but they still had a whole second half to go. So in the second half, they continued to play very well, and didn't let the Italians pose any danger until in the 76th minute.
Cafu, Gattuso can't get in the way, and Gonzalez found the substitute, makes it 4-0. What a turnaround from Deportivo La Coruña.
4-0. La Coruña not only tied the game, but also turned the score around 5-4. This goal was the final straw. Gattuso slipped and the ball deflected off Cafu. It all went wrong for Milan, and the team failed to find the net, and Deportivo La Coruña qualified for the Champions League semifinals. Real Madrid is a team that is used to playing in the Champions League semifinals. Their opponent was the current runner-up Manchester City. The first match was at City's stadium, and it was a great game with 7 goals. City took a 2-0 lead, but then Benzema reduced the deficit. Then, in the second half, Foden scored the 3rd, Vinicius Jr. responded with a great goal, then Bernardo Silva scored the 4th for the home team, and Benzema reduced the deficit from the penalty spot. End of the first game, 4-3. And you know that away goals rule? Well, it no longer existed. City went to the Bernabeu winning by 1 goal, so they were the favorites. Then, in the first half, they went all out, and Courtois had to make some great saves to stop them from extending their lead. The match went into the second half, and now they only had 45 minutes to score, so Real needed to be more offensive, and Ancelotti made a substitution, taking off Toni Kroos to put on Rodrigo. But instead of creating danger, in the 28th minute of the second half, the worst happened.
Al costado Maré, golazo del Piti. Espectacular el golpeo.
City scored. Now the English team was leading by 2 goals. If it was already difficult to score 1, now they were forced to score 2. For the English fans, Mahrez's goal was enough to seal the team's qualification, but City were not satisfied and kept pushing forward. In the 86th minute, Mendy cleared the ball on the line. The game was already reaching the 90th minute, and Real still needed 2 goals. In the 89th and a half minute,
Dentro de... ¡Ahí ha llegado! ¡El centro de Karim!
Real's goal gave the fans hope. Then, the referee added another 6 minutes of stoppage time. They had 6 minutes to try to tie the game, but they didn't need 6.
Ahí la va a poner Carvajal. ¡Gol! ¡De Rodrigo! Este es el territorio.
Another one, Rodrigo again. In 2 minutes, Real Madrid scored 2 goals and tied the score at 5-5 on aggregate. No one could believe what was happening, and the match was heading into extra time. Then, as soon as extra time began,
Cae en el área, penalti. Penalti para el Real Madrid. Karim Benzema que se anticipa. Karim Benzema. ¡Gol!
Madrid scored. Real Madrid turned the game around and 6-5 on aggregate qualified for the Champions League final. In the 88th minute, they were 2 goals behind and scored 3. Truly one of the greatest comebacks in Real Madrid's history. Each of these twists and turns is a reminder of why we love this sport. No matter the score, the time, or the chances, as long as the ball is rolling, anything can happen. If any of these matches gave you goosebumps, comment below and tell us which one was your favorite. And of course, if you liked the video, subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any more incredible stories like these. Because here we live real football. Thanks. See you in the next video.